Hello my friends, today we are gonna be building this awesome sidebar menu. And it's gonna be 100% responsive. When I shrink this, it's gonna be like that. And when I expand this, it's gonna be bigger. And it's really minimal and it really looks good. And here we have some color palette. When I click this one, it's gonna be night mode. And this one, light mode, as you can see. Awesome! I hope you will enjoy this tutorial. If you are ready, let's get started. Okay, let's create a index.html here. And I'm gonna create a style file. Let's close this. And I'm gonna create my document first. I'm gonna close this sidebar. Okay. Let's change this title. Responsive menu. Let's define here our CSS file. It's gonna be style.css. Okay, I will say here hello and let's check. Okay. Let's delete these margins here. I will say whole document and margin 0. Cool. Let's create our sidebar here. I will say sidebar div. And inside this sidebar, it's gonna be sidebar top and sidebar center, which includes our sidebar items menu. And here it's gonna be a color palette. So I will create these three divs. Sidebar top, center, and bottom. And for this sidebar, let's give some sizes. Width will be 180 pixels and height will be 100%. Let's give some background color. Black for now. Okay, cool. But I wanna change this color. I will give something more softer. Let's say 111827, something like that. And for text colors inside this sidebar are gonna be something between white and gray. It's gonna be color 9CA 3AF. We can't see because we don't have any text, something like that. Perfect. And firstly, I wanna center all items inside this menu like this, vertically. So I'm gonna use flexbox for this. So I will say display flex, align items center. If I do that, let's give some other text for them. As you can see, they are in the same row. I don't wanna do that. I will arrange this flex box. I will say flex direction. It's gonna be column. Right now it's perfect. Let's go to our side top and create some logo and text. To do that, I'm gonna go to font awesome. You can use any other logos or icons, but I wanna just do this quickly. I will say icons. So I'm gonna write here app. Let's choose this. It looks really good. And I will copy this and paste inside sidebar top. Let's save and see. We can't see because we didn't use any CSS file for Font Awesome. To use Font Awesome, you should add here Font Awesome CSS. You can download this or you can search for Font Awesome CDN. Version 5.15.2. It doesn't matter. I will copy this link and after this CSS or before, I will just paste here. And right now we can see our logo here. And after this logo, I'm gonna create a text here. Let's say span, and class name will be brand. And I will say the app. Something like that. And for the center of the div, it's gonna be a list. I will say UL and class name will be list. Okay, I will create some list items and class name list item. And inside this, I will create some span. And let's say home or dashboard. And let's give a class name for this also. List item. Let's say text. I will copy this list item and paste couple times. For this, it's gonna be search. Let's give some more examples. Maybe dogs, community, tools. It's gonna be market. And one more maybe. Let's say resource or resources. Let's save this and see. But it looks really basic. I'm gonna add some icons before this text. I'm going to Font Awesome again. And again, icons. And I'm gonna write here home. Let's choose this one. I'm gonna copy this and paste before this dashboard. Let's see. Perfect. I don't wanna waste your time. I already prepared somewhere here. I will just shift here and let's see. For search menu item, it's gonna be this. Let's paste. And others. I will do this quickly. I don't want to search all of them. It's gonna take a long time. And it's ready. Well, it looks pretty ugly. Let's do something for these list items. But before, let's arrange this sidebar. I'm gonna give some spaces, paddings, or something else. To do that, I'm gonna write here top. And for center and bottom also. I will write here with 80%. Let's give some background here and we can see better. As you can see, it's 80% right now. Let's give some padding. For bottom and top, it's gonna be 10 pixels. I don't want any padding for this left and right. Okay, this is inside padding. It's inside the items, but I'm gonna give also margin bottom 10 pixels. And right now they are separated. Awesome. Okay, I can delete this. For this logo and text, did we give some classes? Okay, no. So I will say here logo, and we have brand here. Okay. And for this logo, I will say font size 24 pixels, not style, size. And I will separate them. Margin right 10 pixels. And I will give some cursor pointer like that. And I will give also padding left 10 pixels, something like that. But as you can see, I make this font size bigger and they are not centered anymore. So I will come here and say display flex and align item center. Right now it's perfect. Let's do something for this text also. Brand. It can be bold and cursor pointer again. Something like that. But I want to change this font family. It doesn't look good. So I will go to Google Fonts. Let's make this full screen. I will choose Roboto. And regular 400, 500 and bold one is enough, I think. I will copy this link and paste after this font awesome CSS. And also I should use this font family. I can write here. Okay, it's much better. And after all these sections, I can give some border here maybe. It can be look good. So I will come here and say border only bottom. 1 pixel, solid, and it's gonna be, let's check, awesome. But I don't wanna see for this here, so I'm gonna delete from sidebar bottom. Let's say border none. And also I can center this horizontally. To do that, it's already display flex. So I can write here justify content center. Awesome. Okay, let's arrange this list. Our list. I don't want any dots here, so I will say list style. It's gonna be none. And I don't want any default padding like this. So for this list items, I will give some margin, let's say 10. And font size will be 14 pixels, like that. And font weight will be 500, something like that. It's not totally bold, but bigger than regular one. And of course cursor pointer. Let's give some background color and check. As you can see, they are really narrow. So I will give some padding here and maybe border radius. It can be 10 pixels, something like that. I'm doing this because when we hover one of these items, it's gonna look like that. Let's expand this list, something like that. It looks pretty good. Of course, it's not gonna be brown. We will change this later, but everything is okay so far. Okay, let's delete this. And I will separate these icons and text. And I will choose all of them. I'm doing this with Ctrl and D. And here I'm gonna add some class name. List item and icon. Okay, I'm gonna copy this and paste here and give some properties. Firstly, I wanna give some width here. So as you can see, they are separated and they are in the same line right now. It's awesome. So let's make them bigger. Font size, maybe 20 pixels. Okay. So let's give this hover effect. It can be also for active effect. Let's write here dashboard or inside active. When we click one of them, it's gonna be active class. So I will write here list item for hover and also list item and active. I will say here background color. It's gonna be 374151, something like that. And I can make this color a little bit lighter. So I will say color white. Good. And when we hover this, as you can see, it looks pretty good. So let's create some color palette here. I'm going to HTML and delete this, and I will create color box div here. And it's gonna be 3. And for first one, it's gonna be dark. Second, night. And third one will be white or light. Light is better. And for the night, I will say background color. I will just copy from my monitor. I don't want to write them and waste your time. Like this, and let's make them 3 and sorry, it's gonna be dark, it's gonna be night, and it's gonna be light. And night color will be something blue, and light color will be something light white. We can't see anything because we didn't use this color box. I will copy this, and before this colors, I will say width 20 pixels and height 20 pixels. We can see right now. And I will give some border. Let's say 1 pixel solid and maybe white. Something like that. I will give border radius 5 pixels and cursor pointer, of course. Maybe I can change this color a little bit grayish. Okay, nice. And I will give some margin between these all items. Margin right 15 pixels. Awesome. So we created our menu, but it's not responsive. It's full screen version. When I shrink this browser, as you can see, it's always same. And I wanna cut off this right part. To do that, I'm gonna come here and add some media query. I will say media and only screen, and I will write here max width 768 pixels. And what I defined here, I just say define a media query and choose screen, and if this screen smaller than 768 pixels, arrange some properties for these items. So first one, I will say sidebar, and width is gonna be 50 pixels, like that. As you can see, our text are still here. I'm gonna get rid of this, and also I will delete this brand. To do that, I will write here brand and list item text and display none. Right now it works perfectly. When I expand this screen, okay, it's not enough. Like this, as you can see, we can see big version. So it's responsive right now. Perfect. But something is wrong here, so I will change this. What was the name of this container? Sidebar bottom. It was display flex, as you remember. So I will change the flex direction. So it's gonna be column. Okay, it's overflowing. So I'm gonna go to sidebar. It was 100%. I will make this minimum height. It's perfect right now. If I expand this, it's 100%. When I shrink, it's more than 100%. So let's give some margin. Color box, margin bottom, maybe 5. Maybe 10. Okay, it looks better. But I wanna center these color boxes. Why they look like that? Display flex and center. Interesting. Let's give some background color here. Okay, it should be centered. Because of this margin right. I will write here 0. Perfect. Let's delete this background color and check last time. I'm expanding. It looks really nice. Everything is okay. And make this smaller. And everything is perfect. Okay, let's do the JavaScript part and create here some JavaScript file. Let's close this and this also. And firstly, I should define this app.js. I will say script and source and app.js. But before, let's change this color of the menu and menu items according to every color here. So I will come here and write sidebar, and it's the dark mode. For night mode, it's gonna be background color. Okay, it's gonna be our night mode. And for text color, I will just expand this. You can see better right now. And this is our text color. And for active list items, list item and active, and background color will be this purple one. Awesome. Of course, it's not default. So I will add here one more class name. It's gonna be night. And here also. Okay. Let's do the same thing for the light color. Let's delete this first and you can see the colors. Background color, this gray one. And text color will be something like black. And active items are gonna be like that. And inside this text, color will be black again. Perfect. So I will change this class name also. Here, light, perfect. And I click that, it's gonna be sidebar night and list item active night. And when I click this white one, it's gonna be sidebar light. So how I'm gonna do that? To do that, I'm gonna use app.js. First, I'm gonna define my variables. I will say const dark. I will choose this item. To do that, I'm gonna use query selector, document, query selector, and I will write here the class name, dark. Let's see what we have here. Console log and dark. I choose this item. So I'm opening inspect and console. As you can see, we have color box and dark. And let's do the same thing for other colors. It was night and night. And this is light. So what I'm gonna choose, which items colors, it's gonna be just sidebar and list item. So I'm gonna choose them also. Sidebar, sidebar, list item. Is it correct? No, only list item. Okay, let's write here sidebar and active list item, because we should choose only active one, not all these list items. So I will write here active. Okay, let's see. As you can see, we see only inside here because it's the only active one. Okay, let's close this and make this bigger. And for this dark button, I will add some event listener. And it's gonna be a click. When I click this dark button, I will give some changes here. I will say sidebar class name, and it's gonna be just sidebar because it's our default value and its color already dark. So we don't have to write here additional things. And for active list item, it's gonna be the same. I will copy this and paste here. Of course, no dots. So when I click this dark button, our sidebar class name will be sidebar and active list item class name will be list item and active. They are our default values. And for the night button, when I click this, these class names will be night. I will add night class name also. So I will write here night and night. Let's check. I'm clicking. As you can see, it's night color right now. Let's check here. As you can see, sidebar night. I'm clicking black one. As you can see, it's changing. And again, night, and again, nothing. Awesome. I will do the same thing for the light. It's gonna be light, and again, dark, night, light. Awesome. It works perfectly. Let's make this small and see here also. Dark, night, and white. Perfect. Of course, it's not the only solution for this. You can do this in your way, and you can write this in the comments and share with us. For me, it's perfectly enough. So that's all. I think we finished our project. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you check in the description below, you can find something useful for you. I'm gonna share some useful links there. Don't forget to like video if you like it, and don't forget to subscribe the channel if you want to see something more like this. So I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.